Awesome. Hey guys, I'm Cassie today. That's so funny to see her name there. So a couple quick announcements. I don't know, Jenny, Stephanie, anyone that Stacy, if anyone else has announcements. I just want to share a little tidbit about the month of August quickly before I get started with the training. So does anyone have any other announcements or anything like that before we get going?
I'd say they are Carl's giving out shirts to everybody who hits Success Club, I believe, before the 20th of the month. So that's an extra incentive. Not only are you going to get like the cool stuff for hitting Success Club on your own and your whole team hitting Success Club for Team Cup, but also another tank top just for hitting Success Club by the 20th. And you guys, that's helping 3 people. There's literally no excuse why every single person on this team can't hit Success Club, and no excuse why anybody can't hit it by then. So stop telling yourself you can't if that's what you're doing right now. Get that out of your mindset and go for it, because everybody can have that tank top. And it's good. Like, I freaking love free stuff. So yay.
I'm the same way. When I saw that, he posted in Beachbody Champions maybe. But when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I love those I'm Here to Help shirts. So yes, it is by the 20th too, just to confirm that. But if no one else has anything to say, I'm gonna jump right in. Perfect. So with the month of August, right, like the end of the third quarter just ended, right? So jumping into August, just think like we need to have like this fire in our belly, right? Like, because a lot of people are going back to school, so they might be taking their last, month's vacation. Their kids go back to school, or did you guys just get that too? This meeting is going to end in 10 minutes. Did everyone just get that?
Yeah.
Shoot.
I think we might all need to sign out and get back on. If everybody didn't click out before, it means it's running the same one as before.
That's probably what it was. So I could hustle to get this done in 10 minutes if you want to do that. Yeah, sure. Okay. So the month of August, seriously, you guys, this is when people sleep. This is when people take vacations. This is when people don't go all in. So this is when we need to go all in. We need to put on our hustle mode and 10x everything, because you need to set the tone for the fourth quarter of the month and to either end your year off strong or start your year off on an amazing momentum rush, right? So Gary Vee has an amazing August video that I listened to, and it got me really fired up, and that's where I just got all my little tidbits from. So be strategic with this month and seriously go all in, you guys. But I will dive right in. I will be talking pretty quickly because we have 9 minutes left. But I want to talk about selecting your niche and kind of creating a powerful brand. And I know that, within Beachbody trainings and this and that, we have questions that we ask ourselves about, being a Beachbody coach. Where were you before Beachbody? Where were you, or where are you now, and where are you going? I want to take a step back and talk about, not talk about Beachbody, okay? And talk about you and your niche and your brand, who you are as a person and who kind of your tribe is. Because getting to the core of Team Beachbody, there's over 400,000 coaches, right? So, we're all, promoting a healthy lifestyle. We're all promoting the same products. I hate using the term product, but we all have products that we are promoting and that we believe in, right? So, for you to set your side aside from everyone else, you have to get clear on who you're talking to and what is so special that you have that you represent as a coach. Okay, because you are unique and you are you, and you have to, promote yourself in a way. I guess, that's kind of awkward to say, but you have to kind of promote yourself and be confident in who you are. So selecting your niche, some people call that your avatar. Some people even like name this person that they're talking to. I personally do not, but you have to, get clear on who you are talking to. So with that, you have to be passionate about kind of the type of person or your niche market that you are speaking with. And you also have to have kind of that built-in credibility, right? So with me, I'm not going to be talking to someone that has human children because I don't have kids, right? So I'm very much promoting like the dog lovers out there and the dog mamas and things like that. So, get very clear and have that credibility. And also one thing that yes, Sarah, I will share that Gary Vee link. One more thing too is getting clear on those unmet emotional needs. So, who you're talking to, we're people, we're all human, and we all run on emotion, right? So finding those true unmet emotional needs of that person that you're talking to, I'm going to go over a couple examples or questions to ask yourself to find those unmet emotional needs, because that's truly how we connect with people. Okay. So, and obviously, like, you have to be yourself. So your niche might be the old you, parts of the old you. It might be parts of you now, or it might be parts of you that you want to be growing into. So with the unmet emotional need, it's truly, it's tough to say, and it's tough to kind of dig deep enough. So that's why I want to give you guys these questions to ask yourself. They're actually from Dan Kennedy. Apparently he's a marketing guru, and I thought that these questions were very, very like applicable with asking yourself and getting a really, really deep unmet emotional need. So things like, what keeps them awake at night? Like what keeps them staring at the ceiling? Or what are they afraid of? What are they angry about? Who are they angry with? So with me, I was falling out of love with my career in the medical field. And the more that I went to that career, the more I was falling out and out of love with the whole vision of healthcare. And don't take that personally, don't take offense to that, but that's just my own opinion. And that was what I would lay awake at night with. Is this it? Is this all that I have to look forward to? Waking up, rolling out of bed every day, and having to go to a job that I don't agree with some of the decisions and the mission and the value behind. So with that, like, what are daily frustrations? What trends are kind of occurring in their life? Do they just keep feeling more stuck? Do they keep crying on the way home, from work? Do they feel like they don't have time to go grocery shopping or whatever that might be? And the other question is, what do they secretly admire? So, what is their vision for their future? What are those dreams that they have that they don't feel like they can achieve, right? Also talk to that, because on our journey, we're meeting those desires, right? Or we're on our journeys to meet those desires. So talk to, what you desired before you were at this position, or things like that. And I'm looking at the time, so I'm like, oh gosh. I could also share these in like a little Google document, Stacey. But in the end, you need to go with the niche that you're most passionate about and that you could talk about for hours. So again, going back to my dog, like, I could talk about dogs and having a love, even for human children or fur baby children. Like, you could talk about your children for hours, right? And I could also talk about my falling out of love with my healthcare, degree and my career and things like that. So what can you talk about for hours? Because it's not gonna get, you're not gonna get better unless you talk about it, right? You have to write these down and you have to share openly. And that's kind of where posting to social media comes into play. I always tell people, treat your profile like a diary, like your journal. Get deep in your posting. You have to be vulnerable, because again, those emotions that you're scared to share, that's what people need to hear. Okay. And that's why you need to be you, because when you are sharing, like this morning, I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. I was having so many issues with our flipping wedding that I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. We had a falling out with someone that was picking up Bill from our ceremony. And I didn't want to get out of bed. So today I posted about that. I posted about struggles that I had this morning, because I'm being true to me. I'm not going to be on my highlight reel 24/7 and feeling like crap in the morning. Like, you have to be genuine and authentic to who you are. So the last thing that I'm going to share with you guys is, you need to create, off of that niche comes your brand. Okay. So your brand is kind of like that relationship, or that trust that you're building, because your brand is going to provide that solution to your niche. So your brand is kind of like a guide to, you know, those factors to helping people or to your ultimate success. So identifying those unique niche points and finding and creating those people that are within your niche, it makes inviting them and talking to them and building those relationships a straightforward, simple process. So again, I wouldn't talk to a 40-something-year-old man who wants to quit smoking because I have nothing in relationship to that person. I'm 10 years, 13 years younger than that person. I'm a female and I've never smoked in my life. You know, so you need to be straightforward with who you are talking to and the conversations. When you find people within your niche, it's going to be so much easier to talk to them and build those relationships and obviously build that credibility and trust. So we're going to cut out, I had a whole other little section with this, but you are your brand and not Beachbody. So the next part of this little training was going to be how to incorporate Beachbody into your niche and into your brand and how to do that authentically. But the number one thing is going back to what I said in the beginning. Where were you before Beachbody? What attracted you to this business? Who are you becoming? And where are you going? So connect that to your niche and to your brand, I guess you could say. Yeah, I could go live on the team page right after this for sure. So yeah, because I just won't even get started. Does anyone have questions? I just went whoosh. I'll go live in the Dream Team Dynasty page. Who is on here? Sammy is on here. Is anyone else from my team on here? Can we like add Sammy and then you could delete her out of there after? So this is kind of part 2 to the team call from this evening. Okay, so I'm gonna just dive right back in and switch over to my notes. So if you guys have questions, I will come back to them after I get finished. So what I was saying before we got cut off was you are your brand and not Beachbody. So kind of the things that I was sharing on the team call were questions to ask yourself of, you know, who is your tribe? Who are those people that you truly are talking about or talking to? So again, with me, I just use 2 very, very basic ideas with having a German short hair pointer. So I talk to dog moms and I post a ton of posts with Bill in the picture. And I had a degree in the healthcare field. So I talked to people about, you know, having that time freedom, that financial freedom, and truly, you know, not feeling connected within the medical field or their visions within healthcare and things like that. So, and that's something that I'm starting to share more of now because I'm still kind of connected to healthcare a little bit. But that's something that I am kind of, you know, turning towards to share more about is that time freedom, that financial freedom, being able to work from home. So to change gears a little bit, I want you guys to, or I'm going to be relating this to Beachbody. And again, I'll post all of those questions that I shared on the team call. I'll post them in this comment thread. But think about, you know, what attracted you to this business when you got started? Was it the lifestyle? Was it the freedom? Was it the life by design? Was it, you know, wanting to matter in this world? Like I could totally relate to that because I was someone that never thought that I had a purpose in my life. Like I thought I was gonna, you know, go through the motions of life, live that 9 to 5, feel like I'm settling, and I never truly, you know, lived a purpose. And that's truly how I felt because I was just kind of in the big old sea, you know, and I was just a little fish in the big old ocean of life, right? So what I want you guys to do, this is one of your calls to action, is to write down the top 10 reasons why coaching has changed your life. Okay, so with all of those questions that I went over in the team call, that's kind of finding that niche and that kind of target person, that avatar that you're talking to. Now we're kind of changing gears and I want to talk more about Beachbody and what coaching has done to change your life, or how has coaching changed your life even thus far. Okay, so 10 things. And next, like what are your passions? Like for me, that was one of the easiest things to say with passion is I truly want to help people. Like I got into the medical field because I wanted to help people. So as I mean, we all can relate, like we all want to help people, but that's a passion of mine. So reflecting on those things that you're passionate about with regards to your business. Is it, you're really passionate about giving people those meal plans because that's what you struggled with most? Or is it sharing those personal development, those mindset, quotes or your takeaways from your daily personal development because your mindset is what you needed work on most? So what do you love talking about and helping others with? Granted, it's kind of, drawn out for us with our business model, but think of those things that you truly excel at, right? Do you excel in free groups? Do you excel in creating meal plans? Do you excel in mindset and personal development? What gets you fired up to be a coach, okay? And I mean, we probably all, like finances aside, we would do this for free, right? So, and to add on to that, like your expertise, like with, what are you most passionate about? Like become an expert in that. Figure out like what are you so confident in, what are you so passionate about, and what can you excel in? Again, what sets you aside from every other coach in our 400,000 coach network? Okay, what can you do better for others than others, right? And next is your story. So facts tell, but stories sell. How many times have you heard that, right? So reflect on your own health journey. Was it, for me, my mindset was something I truly, truly had to work hard on, and personal development was never in my life before Beachbody. So every single morning, my first post is either of my workout or of a motivational something or other. So so just kind of like an A through G, I have little things with your story. How were you feeling before you made these positive changes within your life? So that top 10 list, how has coaching changed your life? How are you feeling prior to coaching? Okay, like these are those emotions that you have to bring out within your posts and when you're talking to people, right? So how are you feeling before you made these changes in your life? What was so difficult for you? Was it the time? Was it the mental battles or the trenches that you would fall into and the funks that you'd get into and you just couldn't get out, right? What was so difficult for you to kind of make that transition? Or what did you kind of have to maybe bite the bullet and figure out like, okay, I need to make a change, like now or never? And that's kind of where I was, like now or never. And again, how have you changed your life for the better? So going back to those 10 reasons why coaching has changed your life. And this is an analogy. I forget who created this analogy, but I absolutely love it. So to kind of wrap everything up that I've been talking about, from, creating that avatar, that niche market, to creating your brand, to bringing Beachbody into this, think of you being on island A, okay? And this was you before Beachbody. So where were you before? What did it look like? What was difficult for you? What were those feelings that you had? What were your stressors? What did you fear? Okay. And now look at you on island B. That's where you're at now. What did it take you to travel from island A to island B? What did it take to get there? Why was it worth it? Okay. So now, what does island B look and feel like? Okay. So now when you're talking to people that are on island A, you're that solution to island B, okay? You have that belief. You've been through the trenches. You've been through that hard stuff. So for you talking to that person on island A, you are so dang passionate to get them over to island B with you, okay? Let me look here. I'm looking directly at my notes, so I don't know if you guys, oh good, there's comments. Awesome. I'll come back to those. And then lastly, your message between all of this. So to kind of, I know I've been all over the place and I apologize, but creating that niche market, creating your brand, figuring out, who you were prior to Beachbody, who you are now, where you're going with Beachbody, now that message that you're giving, okay? You are more than a Beachbody coach. What are your passions? Who are you helping? Why do you want to help them? And how are you going to help them, okay? So you're talking to that niche, building that credible brand to provide that solution to help people. So speak your posts as if, like I said this on the other video, like speak your posts and write those posts out like a diary entry, like a journal entry, okay? And just kind of a little tip that I do, I speak my posts out loud to make sure that it's sounding like me before I post it. Because sometimes you're just so, fast typing, or you want to get the feelings out or the words out, I guess. I speak my posts before I post them, so it truly sounds like me, being that authentic version of me, okay? And being relatable. So posting about who you were before Beachbody, who you are now, where you're going, who's that person on Island A that you want to bring over to Island B. Stay true to who you are, what your wants, passions, desires, and you want that person on Island A to come over with you on Island B. So the second call to action that I have for you guys, so your first one was write out the 10 things how coaching has changed your life, okay? Your second call to action is to write down the top 10 characteristics that you are looking for in a coach, okay? Because finding that ideal, coach, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? So finding that perfect person, that person is out there looking for you. So don't think that, this market is saturated, or that, you're not talking to anyone because no one's liking or commenting on my stuff. Oh my gosh, who cares? You are being true to you. You are looking for that one person that is seeking you out, that truly, truly wants to find you. So don't talk to everyone, because when you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So that's all that I really have. I know that was a lot, and I was really, really sporadic. Do you guys have any questions? This is kind of neat on the desktop because I'm here, but then the comments are like right next to it, so it's not like below it. It's kind of neat. I don't know if you guys have ever gone live on your desktop, but it's kind of cool. I just want to let how much they can offer the world. Yes, when you talk to everyone, you talk to no one. And I know that's so hard as a newer coach. You want to help everyone. And of course, if people ever come to me, of course, I'm helping everyone. But how often, right, do people come, searching for you? You have to go out there and find those gems in the rough and find, those diamonds in the sand. Did I just say that backwards? But you guys know what I mean. It's you have to be finding that avatar and finding that ideal person. And again, it is truly who you were before you got into Beachbody. So awesome, guys. It doesn't look like anyone has any questions. Exactly. It takes one person. And I tell people that. I'm just looking for that one person that, is wanting to change their life. I said, if it's not for you, then it's not for you. I'm going to, continue on my journey looking for that one person that's inspired by my posts. Oh, gosh. This, Stephanie, it's kind of from the training I did. The beginning portion of it, like all those questions I got from that Practical Social Media University training. And then I grabbed notes from Summit from last year. I was in a branding workshop. So I tried to connect them both. So I apologize if it was kind of wishy-washy all over the place. But yeah, the beginning was from the Practical Social Media. And Erica, I haven't uploaded the other video yet. I don't see a video. I think that's what you mean. I haven't uploaded the beginning training, if that's what you mean. So, okay, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off, and then I will upload that other training on YouTube and then post it to this team page. So have a good night, guys, and thank you for joining.